Gibbs, driver of the 13 Mitigator Ford Fusion. I'd like to thank you for listening to Let's Talk Racing.tv.
Driver of the number 5 Kiker Motorsports Camry. Welcome to Let's Talk Racing TV.
With Rockingham Speedway. Thanks for listening to Let's Talk Racing.
I'm Tony Peter, driver of the number 17 Toyota NASCAR Camp World Truck Series, and you're listening to Let's Talk Racing. Hey guys, I'm Daytona 500 winner Trevor Bain, and thank you for watching Let's Talk Racing.
Hi, this is Dylan Smith. I'd like to thank you for listening to Let's Talk Racing.
Hi, I'm Amber Colvin. I'd like to thank you for watching Let's Talk Racing.
Hi, this is Roger, and I'd like to welcome everybody to Let's Talk Racing. We have Al Pearce and Jason Langley with us tonight. How you guys doing?
I'm ready.
I'm ready to go. No restrictor plates.
Waiting for dinner.
Waiting for dinner. We're going to give you a nickname, Waiting for Dinner. So
that's what I look forward to Martinsville mostly.
Oh, the hot dogs?
Absolutely.
That's
why Mike Smith didn't call in.
He's busy getting ready, or is he?
He's cooking my dogs.
All right. We'll have to tell him about that.
He's getting them ready for me.
That's the bad part. I should have thought about emailing him back and finding out who holds the record for the most dogs.
Not me.
I thought Elliott Sadler was.
Now, he would be doing bologna burgers.
Bologna burgers.
They have those there too, don't they?
I'm guessing Eddie or Lynn Wood, because they like them a lot. And being local guys, they probably know where they are.
Could be Jimmy Spencer.
Yeah. Or Kenny Wallace being the hot dog that he is.
Oh, jeez.
I kind of hate to say this because the whole world's watching, or maybe not, but I was pulling for San Francisco to beat St. Louis for the World Series just to keep Kenny and some other people quiet for a while. Because if St. Louis got in the World Series, that's all we hear about for the next couple of weeks. So, anyway.
They're going to be wearing their garb Sunday.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, what's the latest happening out there on the racing circuit? We've got the No 35 now has been dropped, so top 35 has gone away. It gives a little more aggressive qualifying, I hope.
Well, they're also taking the nationwide fields will be shorter. I think 40 instead of 43.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, you got a bunch of guys running 2 or 3 laps and taking money anyway. Take that money at the bottom of the field. Take that 41, 2, and 3 money, which isn't very much, and put it somewhere. Put it between 25 and 30.
But some of those guys that run a few laps are higher qualifiers. I mean,
then why aren't they racing?
They ain't got enough money to make it all the way,
well,
I reckon.
You got to run harder than that then.
I mean, because you got some guys that go out there that may not qualify good, but are going to run the whole race.
If you can't make the top 40, you shouldn't be there.
No.
What do you want, a welfare state?
Snow cone generation.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you got to make them earn it a little bit. You got to make them. That's why I'm glad they're getting rid of the top 35 and owner points automatically. I mean, make the top 36 qualify on merit.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you have an unimaginable problem, say Jeff Gordon blows a tire or has an engine blow up in qualifying, certainly he will be somewhere high enough in points, or should be, to get into field. But at least he tried. It wasn't like he just went out there and didn't worry about it. A lot of guys who know they're going to make the show. In fact, David Green was a recent example. I love David Green to death. He's a good guy. But he was at, I think Talladega maybe. or Kansas City, where he knew he was in the field, being a past champion, and he just gave a half-assed effort. But that's the way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have to qualify on speed, and that'll make it a little bit more interesting.
What if Junior don't make it?
Well,
All the junior nations.
there'll be a rule. There'll be a rule that
a junior rule
that any car with green on it with the
88
with the same two digits that are mostly circles will make the show.
Or they get a lucky dog.
Yeah. No, but the deal there is that almost anybody who is anybody will either qualify top 35 or top 36.
They should.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they'll have a provisional somewhere. I remember when Darrell Waltrip was winding down his career, he had he just used provisional after provisional without even really busting it. But they made him, so they got him in, so that's all that mattered. Go ahead, Roger.
Oh, I'm asking y'all questions? Okay.
Yeah,
moderator.
Okay.
I
was going to let y'all talk at each other here tonight, but now, what are you going to? What else did we cover early ahead of time? Doggone it! Had the 35 rules out. Now,
food's gone.
Do what?
The food's gone.
The food. That's always first thing.
Martinsville.
Yeah, we got Martinsville coming up.
All right.
Trucks.
You got 3 guys still in the chase. You've only got 3. I don't care what you want to say. You only got 3. You got Kozlowski, you got Johnson, and you got Hamlin. Johnson and Hamlin have far, far better records at Martinsville over the past number of years than Kozlowski. Significantly better. It will really surprise me if one or the other doesn't either take the point lead this weekend or get so close to it that maybe one position at Texas in 2 weeks might change it. Johnson is either Johnson or Hamlin. Those 2 guys have won the last 9 races at Martinsville.
Yeah.
So
Johnson's going to be strong this weekend.
Yeah, he'll be good. And there are some who think that Hamlin's last performance last Sunday at Kansas was a little bit uninspiring, but they wonder whether that wreck on Thursday didn't take a lot out of him.
It's a nasty shot.
And because he just did not, people who were there say he just did not race on Sunday like he normally does. He was happy to finish 13th or whatever it was, back a ways. He lost 5 points. If he loses 5 more, he may be done. Because when you get down to Texas, Phoenix, and Homestead, where Johnson's been pretty good, and Kozlowski's been pretty good, you go to those 3 way behind, like 25 is a lot.
Yeah.
You may not make it up.
Well, Denny's at 20 right now.
Yeah. If he gets back by, right now we're saying that Casey Kane is down by 25.
Clint Boyer.
Boyer,
25.
okay. We're saying that Boyer's down 25 and he's out of it with 4 to go. Well, if Hamlin's 25 behind with 3 to go, wouldn't it be automatic that he would also be out of it?
Well,
because you're losing if every time you race and you don't gain ground on the guy ahead of you, you're losing an opportunity.
Yeah.
Eventually, your opportunity is going to run out. If you're only gaining 2 points per race, you're 20 behind.
You're going to
or even 3 points per race, or 4.
You're going to be sucking wind by the end.
Exactly. You're not going to get there. So, I don't think Denny will admit to being in a desperate situation yet, because he runs really good at Martinsville. But if he leaves there more behind than he is now, and he's lost an opportunity to catch up, then I think he's in serious trouble.
So he needs to win that grandfather clock, huh?
He's got 4 of them already.
Right.
Something like
got
that.
a bunch of them, yeah. The other thing is, people keep saying, "Well, you got to win races to win the chase." That's not true at all.
It always helps.
I guarantee you, Denny would take a second right now, and not even show up Sunday. And I got a feeling, well, Jimmy Johnson might not. Because I tell you what, Kozlowski would take a second place right now.
Yes, he would.
And,
At Martinsville.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. And
Yeah.
stay in a hauler somewhere. I guarantee you.
My average finish so far for him at Martinsville's been
13 something?
about 13 something.
Yeah.
How far was Tony back about this time last year?
I don't remember, but I know he had won at that. Well, he won Martinsville.
He won Martinsville.
He won Martinsville.
Yep.
Yeah, he might have won Texas. I know he won Homestead. But I think at this point last year it was down to two guys. I think. I may be wrong. I don't remember.
Basically down to Carl and Tony.
And where's Carl today?
Carl's on the outside looking in.
Well, you remember Denny had that. Denny came real close in 2010 and kind of faded a little bit, relatively speaking. Faded a little bit last year. So, you know, today, I believe today is the 8th anniversary of the Hendrick plane crash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was today.
I think that sounds about right.
And that Sunday afternoon was the first weekend, was the first time that Johnson had won at Martinsville. So if his 6 wins at Martinsville, his first one came on plane crash Sunday.
Yeah, now you can see on your screen in front of you, you got Tony won Homestead, Tony
And
won
Texas.
Texas, and Martinsville.
Right, down to, yeah. He opened the chase for 2 wins.
Yeah, it was Chicago and Loudon.
Right. And won Kansas. I mean, won Martinsville, Texas back-to-back.
Right,
And
and then
got that
finished
one.
out at
And
Homestead.
won Homestead would
Carl
Edwards
was
finishing
100.
second.
Yeah.
And that's the absolute best case scenario in NASCAR's opinion. Have 2 guys come down to the last race, finish 1-2, and that's how the points finish up. That's pretty amazing. That'd be like 2 golfers playing, 72 holes and come down to the 18th on Sunday,
And then
and they're a shot apart. Yeah.
Yeah. Or be
So-
tied in sudden death.
Yeah,
playoff.
and you go to overtime. Yeah.
Yeah. Timothy, yep, he's still back 26.
See, now they've got 4 races left. They got Martinsville, Texas, Phoenix, and Homestead, and he's won at Martinsville.
Yes, he has.
He may have won at Homestead. I don't remember exactly. I don't remember all the wins by all the drivers in all the series.
From
But I know Timothy's
from
won at
last year or
Martinsville.
this year?
Last year
Last year?
at Homestead. Maybe not.
I'll tell you in a second here.
But he's 20-some behind right now with 4 to go. It's not over yet, but if you give it another week, it may be over.
He won an IRP or ORP last year. Finished 8th at Homestead last year.
Yeah, okay, you're right. He must have won in Martinsville the year before.
Didn't he win the spring of this year?
No, I think Bush did. I mean, Harvick led almost the whole way. I think that's right. I think Harvick won this year.
Harvick's pretty dominant. Even,
Oh yeah.
Timothy Pearce, 2012.
It'd help if I was.
Iowa and Bristol.
Oh, okay.
So did you like the Crash Fest on Sunday?
Yeah, Martinsville. Harvick won it, and I bet he led at least 180 laps.
Uh-oh.
Let's talk racing. Oh, hey, Brennan, how's it going? Pretty good. Let me switch over to the main line, okay? Trying to figure out if it's my phone or if it's your phone, but we'll see in a second here. Hang on. Brennan Newberry, line 1.
Push speaker.
Speaker. Push line 1.
All right. Brenton, you there?
Yes, you got me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Awesome.
Well,
Kind of scratchy. a little
Try.
bit.
Hey, Brennan, go ahead and hang up and try calling back in because you're breaking in and out real bad.
Hey, get that.
Is that a yes, no?
Yes.
Presume that was a yes.
Just hit speaker again, it'll hang up on him.
Now, where does he race? Have I met him? Do I
Brennan
know him?
Newberry, he runs the number 14 truck.
Ready?
Go ahead, just put speaker. Hit
For
speaker.
whom? What team?
NTS.
Let's talk racing.
His father.
Hey, Roger Brehm, is this any better?
Yeah, it sounds a little bit better. We
Yeah,
got
that's
Jason and Al Pearce in the background here with us too.
All right.
How's it going tonight?
Oh, it's going good. Just actually, I'm in North Carolina here in Huntersville. We actually just kind of posted outside the Red Rocks now, getting ready to go in and have some dinner with some guys from the crew.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I didn't know if you were going to be on the East Coast or West Coast.
Oh yeah, yep. We ended up running, Kansas last weekend, and Antarctica we actually got another top 5 finish there, and then we came over this week to North Carolina. The shop is in Denver, so I got to work there, a little bit this week, and hang out with the guys and everything, and then we're planning on actually we're leaving tomorrow for Martinsville to go run the race. So we figured it'd just be easier to just come over here and get used to the time difference, and it's one less day of really traveling cross country.
Oh, hey, I was talking to Kristen Carson. She seems like she had you having a little fun with some of the modeling agencies out there.
Heck, she's trying to get me to model. I told her no. No, I'm kidding. No, we're having a good time. We went to Irwindale about 2 months ago, and and she shot what I can't remember which month it was, but she shot 1 month model, and then the next weekend we ended up going to Vegas. She shot the next month's model. So we're definitely we're definitely acting like we're in Hollywood whenever we're at the racetrack. So now we're having fun. Yeah, Kristen and Terry and everybody from Carson Racing, they make sure that our motorsports stuff is always on the website, man. They do an awesome job. I can't thank them enough for being such good supporters.
Go to his bio page.
Okay. We're sitting here on our big screen in the shop here, taking and looking at stuff. Okay. You talking about this one?
Yeah, okay.
Bakersfield, California, hometown.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Go ahead and give a quick bio so that anybody that's listening new will know something about you.
Okay, yeah. Brennan Newberry, I'm 22 from Bakersfield, California. I started racing go-karts when I was about 9 years old, and just kind of worked my way up the ladder. I ran focused USAC visits in 2008 with Ron Sutton. We ran in California Pave Series and ended up fourth in that season. So then after that, 2009, I moved to the SRO Southwest Tour, which are really souped up late models for the West Coast guys, and I ran that for about 3 years. Last year, I ended up 2 years ago, I ended up fourth in points, and had a blast with it. The Collins family runs that, and they're very well known in California for racing. They actually are a family that started Mitchell Raceway, and actually my general manager Gary Collins is the one that first made the NASCAR Camp World Truck Series. Back then it was the NASCAR Super Truck Series, so it was pretty cool, to be able to be part of that history. And at 2010, I moved up to the NASCAR Can-Am Pro Series. I've run about 10 races over the past 2 years, and this year I've had the opportunity to run 10 races so far in the NASCAR Camp World Truck Series. I've been having a blast, still under our own banner, NTS Motorsports, and just kind of building the team. So we're having a lot of fun with it. We're learning each week. The team's getting better, I'm getting better, and so that's just a little bit about me. So hopefully we can go to Martinsville this weekend and have a really good run. I feel, with that being the first ever track I raced at, and me being so used to the short track scene, that I think Martinsville will be a really good track for us, and then be able to go to Phoenix here in a couple weeks to probably the closest thing I have to a home track here in California. It's going to be a fun way to end out the season. I'm just very excited for it.
All right, I got a couple of questions.
All right, go for it. Shoot.
You are from a town in which there is a long and rich tradition of racing stars. The most recent being, of course, Kevin Harvick.
Yep.
You got to go back a ways, and they're the Mears.
Yes,
Roger and Casey and Rick and the whole crowd. When you introduce yourself among the NASCAR people as being from Bakersfield, do they automatically say, well, I hope you're as good as everybody else that comes out of Bakersfield? Is there, seriously, is there any weight on your shoulder, or is there any carrying on the tradition of being a Bakersfield race car driver that you feel when you're out there?
Well, Steve, I may not have that pressure added to me by outside sources, but I feel the pressure for myself to go out there and do well. And it's not bad pressure, honestly. It's really good pressure. But I probably feel the same amount of pressure as some young hotshot kid coming up from North Carolina. They feel that I have this upstanding long list of drivers who have come from North Carolina, who have, ran really well, who have plenty of championships, and who really have made a name for themselves. And honestly, right now, North Carolina, it doesn't have as many drivers as it used to in the Cup Series. But, in California, it's kind of up there, as far as drivers. So I don't look at it just as far as Bakersfield. I look at it as far as California. And that's even more overwhelming when you think of, people like Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson who come from California. So, honestly, it's to be from Bakersfield is awesome. To have the rich history of racers and even racing, like I mentioned, the Campbell World Truck Series originating from the track where I used to go to as a kid, Big Spring Race in Bakersfield, California. It's so cool to be a part of that big, rich history. And so I guess, yes, there is pressure added. Maybe not so much from everybody else, but I definitely put pressure on myself because I know that, that I'm bringing everywhere I go and every track I step into, I'm bringing my Bakersfield, California following along with me. And I hope I can go do as good for them as I hope to do for myself.
Is the Mears gang still looked upon in that city as being local heroes, or have they kind of? We spent a long time since.
Oh no, definitely. I mean,
they're still big time, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean, Harvick is right up there with them as well, and with any luck, my name will be on the back of people's trucks, and they'll be able to cheer me on. But I still drive around town, and you see the stickers of the Mears gang on the back of people's vehicles, whether it's just a motorcycle or a trailer or a motorhome or just their personal vehicle. They're still looked upon as as greats. You know what I mean? And they're still around. And I actually haven't got the opportunity to meet any of the Mears except Casey. So, but just like you're saying, they are still looked at as as local heroes. I mean, because to be able to go win. Be able to go in Indy 500 and be living in the same town as somebody, that's still pretty dang cool.
And I got one more question, and I'll pass it on to other people. How close do you live to the nearest In-N-Out Burger?
The new In-N-Out Burger?
Yeah, how close are you, when you're home in Bakersfield, well, how close is the nearest In-N-Out Burger to you?
Let's see.
I mean, pretty close, within 4 or 5 miles?
Oh, yeah. Probably right on the outskirts of about 5 miles. Yeah,
oh.
It's very, very close. And there's actually two that are close to me, and they're both probably about 5 to 6 miles away. So I can take my pick on which one I like to go to.
If you were in Bakersfield right now, and you were getting ready to fly to Martinsville, I would give you an order and have you bring me one. But since you're in North Carolina, I'll wait till I go to Phoenix in 2 weeks and get mine there. But every time I talk to somebody from either California or the Southwest, I always like to find out how close they are to In-N-Out Burger, because of course out here we can't get them, and that's why they make them. That's why it's such a big deal to get one. So you're a lucky young man to be that close.
Well, the same thing kind of occurred to me. We were in Vegas, right? And obviously that's only about 4 hours away from my home in Bakersfield. So we were in Las Vegas, and all the teams that we were around came up to me, and they asked me where the nearest Del Taco was. I said, why do you want to go there? They said, oh my gosh, we love it. We don't have any back home. And Vegas is the closest place we can go get some Del Taco. So, okay, they're like that, or In-N-Out Burger. Those are the two places that people have asked me about going to is Del Taco. And I don't know what it is about those two places. I've been around my whole life, so maybe, for someone who lives at the beach, people ask you about, how's the beach and everything. I mean, you may not think it's as cool as somebody else. So I mean, that's their deal. But I mean, I actually try to stay away from those places as much as I can. I mean, if not, I won't be able to fit in the seat.
If you have one a week or one every 2 weeks, it's not going to kill you. So
just do a little extra more running. Come on, Brennan.
Just don't eat any hot dogs at Martinsville. You'll be okay.
Doctor's orders.
I actually got to see one of those, and I was kind of afraid to try one.
You never had a Martinsville hot dog?
No, because...
Oh, my God.
So, and you know what? I'll have to get one, because here's what happened is they came up to me before the race, and they said, you got to try this hot dog. I looked, and it's red.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And it has the onion and all this stuff on it. I'm looking at it, and I'm going, if I eat this right now, with my luck, right when I take the green flag, I'm going to feel like this hot dog is just going to come right out of me. So I figured that I would wait till after the race, but we had some problems that day, so I didn't ever get a chance to go over and try a Martinsville hot dog. But you know what? I told myself I would try one after the race. I just had to give myself enough time, to be able to go over to the concession stand and get one.
Well, your first problem was when you looked at it.
Right.
The idea is to unwrap it and eat it without looking at it too carefully. So, anyway.
I know.
All right, somebody asked him a racing question. I'm done with the food for a while.
Al always starts out the show starving.
Although if you go to Phoenix in 2 weeks, up on the side of a mountain where the big red radio towers are, there's a place called T-Bones.
Okay, all right. I think you're going to say something about Russell's Roost.
Okay, that's close, yeah. But T-Bones up on the side of a mountain, it's on 91st Street maybe. Anyway, just ask anybody, and T-Bones is a pretty good place. And now I'm going to shut up.
Well, honestly, Roost is on the side of the hill as well. So, see, I was confused.
No, they're different. It's a different place altogether.
Okay. I got you. No, I mean, honestly, you can talk to me about food all you want, because I'm actually lucky enough to be standing outside of Red Rocks right now. So whenever I get down here, I'm actually going to be able to go inside and eat my ribs. I'm waiting on.
But if you leave the racetrack and you're driving toward downtown Phoenix on Baseline Road, which is the long road that runs right into the racetrack, up on the right side of the mountain where all the radio towers are, there's a little old down-home type steakhouse called T-Bones, and you will at some point during the weekend, everybody in NASCAR who's anybody will be there.
Okay.
So,
I guess what you're telling me is that if I want to be somebody, I better get my.
That'll make you somebody if you're at T-Bones. Anyway.
Hey, Brennan, is anybody from the family coming out from California this week?
You know what? This is actually a milestone week. My dad's business partner from California is actually getting married this weekend, and so obviously my dad has been, probably obviously my biggest fan, and he has never missed one of my races. From the time I was 9 years old, he's never missed a race, and so it was about a couple weeks ago when Mom said, "Hey, we had to figure out if we were going to run Martinsville." I said, "Well, why is that?" She said, "Well, because your father is the best man in this wedding, and he doesn't know it yet, and it's the same day as your race. And I said, okay, Mom, so what are we going to do? She's like, we're going to send you to the race, and we're going to send Dad to Santa Barbara so we can go to the wedding. And she said, but the whole family can't be at the wedding just because you won't be there. So this is the first weekend, the first race ever, period, that my dad has never been able to make it to, just because, you know, they're going to a wedding, which I feel bad for not being able to make, but you know, I mean, I hate to say it, but there's only so many races, and you can have a wedding anytime you want. I'm kidding. But so they're actually going to be all at the wedding, and I'm going to have to fend for myself here at Martinsville this weekend, which isn't bad. I mean, I'm going to have to fend for myself out there on the track anyways. It's going to be a short track fun. It's going to be hard racing, and I can tell you what, I'm very much looking forward to it.
I was trying to hook Al up with getting an In-N-Out burger, so oh well.
No, I'm going to Phoenix in 2 weeks. I'll get them out there.
Okay, all right. Well, heck, then, you know what? If you want an In-N-Out burger and you go there, you better bring a lot to the track, because I promise you will not get in the gate without someone trying to grab one. You know what I mean? You better eat it outside the gate. And if you try to bring me one, just make sure you get 10 extra before you.
Hey, Hal, it's Roger.
I'm sure that by the time you get to me, there'll only be one left.
Well, you'll enjoy Martinsville. It is it is the only track on the NASCAR circuit that was part of the very first season in 1949. And except for the number of grandstands they've added, it is very much like it was 60-some years ago. It's still a half mile. It's relatively flat. There's not a lot of room to get away from problems. If you have a problem, there's not a whole lot of runoff room. It's not like there's a great deal of grass or pay. You know, you can't hide. You cannot hide at Martinsville.
Watch the curb.
Yeah, watch the curb. Watch the inside curb, of course. Yeah. And don't use your brakes too much, because they'll absolutely give out on you in a hurry. But you'll love Martinsville. It'll be a fun place. And when you get there, I guess you'll get there maybe tomorrow, and you guys will be on the track Friday. Just remember that you are racing on a facility in which every driver who was ever anything has raced on. Every stock car driver, Fred Lorenzen, A.J. Foyt, they've all, at some point in time, everybody has raced at Martinsville, because it's been there since 1949. So you will be on hallowed ground, and we expect you to behave appropritely.
Eat a hot dog.
Yeah, eat a hot dog and don't wreck. It'll be a great weekend.
Well, thank you, man. No, I mean, honestly, that's what happened the first time I went there. That was my very first NASCAR Camp World Truck Series race.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you'd been there.
Oh, no, it's completely fine, because you know what? Even though I went there and I thought I was taking everything in, I had not known that fact. So now I'm going to take it in even more, you know, the second time around. And it's just, it was the first race I ever ran. You know, obviously it was in March, and it was just so cool. I mean, you walk in there, and obviously TV does not do that place justice whatsoever. It looks completely flat, but there is some banking to it. But I mean, just how it looks, how everything is. I mean, I walked in under the tunnel, and I walked into the pits, and I'm going, man, this place is just cool. I mean, you can just feel. I mean, you can feel it. It's a completely different, you know, vibe than anything. You feel the history. You feel, you know, the intensity of the racing. You feel the intensity of the competition, and how everybody wants to do good here. You know, everybody wants that grandfather clock. You know, everybody wants to go out there and prove that they can run a Martinsville, because, like you're saying, the greats have been there, the greats have won there, and if you win there, then you can just add your name to the list of greatness. And you know, I know that everybody's meant to get Motorsports. I mean, we've all been working hard, and I know we have a really good truck. We ran good there, you know, in the spring. So we are just very, very much excited to go back there. We're running 12 with about 15 to go, and ended up in a problem. And I feel, you know, that the races I've run over this 2012 season has made me even better. So, I'm looking to go get a good run in Martinsville to finish out what we didn't finish last time, and then go have some fun and just take in the whole experience. Since we only have 2 races left on my schedule for the season.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, you just told us that you had not had a hot dog because you were, and for some reason that went right by me, and I was thinking this is your first time there, but your second time there. Second time will be twice the fun as the first time.
Yep. I have to wholeheartedly agree.
All right, Brennan, we appreciate you having on the show. Thank your sponsors, and we'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, for sure. I have to thank everybody from NTS Motorsports, Mom and Dad, Bob, Mike, and everybody. They've just helped me so much, and they've been there for me. And except this weekend, they're actually going to be at a wedding. But anyways, thank everybody from there. I have to thank Carson Racing, Terry, and Kristen, and Tanya. They've just been so good to us, and they constantly make sure that my name and NTS Motorsports name is going on Twitter and Facebook and on their website, www.carsonracermagazine.com. So I have to thank everybody from there, and man, I'm just excited. I'm ready to run this Martinsville weekend, and I'm excited to see Roger.
All right, we'll talk at you later then.
All right, guys. You guys have a great night, and whenever we get to Phoenix, we're going to hit that In-N-Out Burger hard.
All right, now. Keep
Thank
on
you.
the left.
All right, guys.
Just push line 2.
Let's talk racing.
Hello, Hal. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right.
We now have the Ragin' Cajun.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
How you doing tonight?
Doing fine. Just enjoying a nice evening down in South Louisiana right now.
Oh, good. We got Al Pearce and Jason Langley on the show here with me as well. Now, you were telling me a while ago, because I was on the side here, I was talking to you about the In-N-Out hamburgers. Go ahead and tell these guys what you had for them.
Well, we got down here, we don't have any In-N-Outs down here, but we have any type of seafood prepared any way you want it, basically. We're big on either boiled seafood, fried seafood, shrimp, crawfish, crab. It doesn't matter. Take your pick.
Yeah, I'm big on spicy foods myself.
Now, go ahead and throw out a little short bio so everybody gets to know a little bit something about you that hasn't watched about you before.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I'm a 26-year-old rookie in the NASCAR Nationwide Series from South Louisiana. Grew up racing down here, go-karts, and then eventually moved up into asphalt late models, racing around the Gulf Coast. Won a championship in Mobile in 2007, track champion there, and there moved up into some ASA late model series stuff and ARCA series stuff, and that's what I've been doing. I've been racing the ARCA series in select events the last 3 years, and finally moved up to the NASCAR Nationwide Series.
Well, good.
And the whole time I was racing the late models, I was also attending college at the University of New Orleans, where I eventually got my degree in 2009 in mechanical engineering, so I have that as well under my belt. And carry that along with me and using it every day in racing now.
Now, how'd you wind up with this nickname, the Ragin' Cajun?
The Ragin' Cajun name came back, I think it was 2008, I believe. I was racing down the Gulf Coast, racing late models and winning a few races, and promoter at the time, one of the tracks, he just dubbed me the Ragin' Cajun after we got a win down here, and the name kind of stuck. I mean, it's very fitting. I'm a sixth-generation Cajun from South Louisiana, and once you get me on the racetrack, I'm pretty much all out from the drop of the green flag, no matter what scenario. So I guess that's where the Ragin' part came in.
Now, is the American Custom Yachts a new sponsor for you, or have they been with you?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
The American Custom Yachts. I was noticing on your Facebook page the number 44 car you had.
Yeah, they're a sponsor of ours. They've been a great supporter so far. They're new to the sport. The family that's part of that, that's owner of the company. They are based around our area down here. They have ties to South Louisiana, and they're getting into this sport. It's new for them, but they're wanting to
come and enjoy some races and see it firsthand what it's all about.
Hey, Hal, this is Jason. Back in 2009, you ran a Kansas race for the ARCA Series, and you just recently ran this one for the Nationwide. Big difference, wasn't it?
It was a really big difference, and the track surface was much less forgiving this weekend. I mean, it was a brand new surface, and grip level was up. However, it was very hard to race side by side for one. If you got slightly offline a little bit, it was very hard to recover. You got a lot more speed as well. I mean, the corner speed was up greatly from 2009. The ARCA car was a completely different car from the Nationwide car, but regardless, I mean, the track was just totally different. Hopefully, it'll start building in multi-grooves over the next couple of years. That way we can get back to some good racing at that track.
Hal, this is Al Pearce. I got something that's kind of been sticking in me a little bit, and I certainly hope I'm not going to offend you when I ask you a question.
Sure.
I've been watching NASCAR for a long time. I started covering for magazines and newspapers in 1969, so I've been around a while, and I have generally, NASCAR through the years has been very, very careful with the drivers that they allow to come into a upper level series without having seen them a fair number of races at a lower series. I noticed you had just a handful of ARCA races, and I think you only ran one truck race. Are you surprised at all that they approved you for Kansas, or had you talked to them, or had Brett Bodine talked to you about letting you run Kansas, when it would seem they would have wanted to have seen you in maybe a K&N car or something other than going straight to Nationwide?
Right, yeah, that's a very fair question. And I've spoken to Brett Bodine quite a bit, leading up to my debut there. Basically, they take a look at the stats. They do follow ARCA pretty heavily, and a lot of fans don't realize that the ARCA cars actually have they're almost as much engine under the hood, horsepower-wise, as a Cup car. And that's something that so they take a lot of stock into the ARCA series. So, being as how I had raced, Kansas, Chicago, some of these mile and a half in the ARCA car, that's how I was able to get the approval to run a mile and a half in the Nationwide series. And you're seeing a lot more of that nowadays, just for the simple fact of, let's be realistic. It's hard to find sponsors, and most of the sponsors want to promote and sponsor cars in the higher series because they get more bang for their buck, so to speak. So I think that's why you're seeing a lot more of that shift of less emphasis on racing in some of the lower NASCAR ranks. But the ARCA series is a great venue to get promoted up through.
Yeah, and I noticed that all of your ARCA starts were on tracks where the Cup Series also runs.
Correct.
So yeah, okay. And I wasn't meaning to say you weren't qualified for Kansas, because it's not for me to say, but I just found it unusual with a brand new racetrack with new paving, with the incredible increase in speeds. I just kind of wondered whether they had given you a bit of a tight leash, or whether they said, okay, be careful, have a good time, we'll welcome you back when you come back. So apparently they knew what they were doing, so all's well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And throughout the weekend, at any point, they could have told me, hey, we won't let you on track. I mean, they have that governing ability to be able to, as we progress through the weekend, and we showed progress obviously through the whole weekend, up until race time. So they were very, positive about allowing me to do everything every step of the way. So they had no issues, and now it's on to Texas where they consider a fast mile and a half. So that's our next
Right.
Next step there.
Okay. Now you went to Louisiana Lafayette, correct?
Yes, I went
Okay.
there for 2 years.
Have you ever heard of a guy, and this is going to be way before you were even born, but you may have heard of him, a guy named Dwight Durant?
I have not.
Okay.
Doesn't ring any.
I wouldn't expected you to, but I'm going to tell you something about him.
Okay.
Back in the early to mid '70s, when I was covering college basketball in Virginia, there was a basketball player at Lafayette named Dwight Durant, and he was called, I guess the team was called the Raging Cajuns.
Correct.
And if I'm not mistaken, Dwight Durant averaged, I may be wrong, he averaged maybe 30 to 40 points a game. Lafayette back then was probably a maybe Division II or maybe NAIA. But as soon as I heard your nickname, I thought, that whole university is called the Raging Cajuns. And I wonder if anybody's ever heard of Dwight Durant. If you ever get a moment around, well, I know you don't go to campus much anymore, but if you ever get a chance to ask around anybody who's been around the university for a while, ask them about Dwight Durant, and they will tell you some stories about his basketball playing skills it's pretty impressive. So if you can be nearly as successful in a race car as Dwight Durant was playing basketball, you'll have a pretty good career.
I got you. Hopefully I can.
I've got a dear friend who lives in Shreveport, and he's always inviting me down for crawfish and something else weird. I don't know. Oh, that's weird enough, I think, but
alligator tails. Or
it might
anything
be.
like
I don't
that?
know. Anyway.
We have all kinds of good seafood and wild game down here. Absolutely. If y'all ever make your way down here, definitely look me up, and I'll treat you to some good down south Louisiana cooking.
Now, what kind of mood are you going to be in 2 weeks when Alabama smushes LSU?
I'll decline comment on that. I can still plead the fifth, I believe, right?
I think it's in Mississippi State first.
Oh, they'll beat Mississippi State. You kidding me? Lafayette's a pretty good football team. They beat, did they beat Auburn or give Auburn a hard time? Oh, that was Monroe. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it was Monroe. But Lafayette does have a good team this year. I was kind of surprised. I think they're ranked in the top 25.
Yeah.
At one point, not long ago. Which, because we had two teams in the top 25 BCS polls, I believe.
Yeah, there's only been, to my knowledge, and I don't know everything, of course, there's only been one NASCAR driver, I believe, from Louisiana, and his name was Skip Manning, and he was from a town that begins with a B. I can't remember the name of the hometown. What was it?
Basagula?
From here. That was quite a few years back. And
Yeah, but both.
Boga. Basagula?
Bogalusa, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, Bogalusa. Skip Manning, I believe, was Rookie of the Year many years ago.
Started in 75.
Yeah, he was back before you were born. He was in early 70s, so I doubt you even. But I believe you and he are the only two Louisiana NASCAR guys that have been around for maybe 60, 70 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you got something to live up to. Being Rookie of the Year, you would be the only other guy from the state to be Rookie of the Year, and that'd be something to be proud of.
Absolutely, and that's something that we're very excited to try and accomplish next year. It's we're realistic about our goals, and that's what we've set for ourselves to try and obtain Rookie of the Year next year, and just be as consistent as possible, and rack up some top 20s, and hopefully eventually some top 15s and top 10s if we get some good momentum going on our side.
Could you tell us a little bit about the Dale Carnegie Effective Communications and Human Relations Principal course?
Yeah, sure. That's a course I took back, it was like 2008, maybe 2007, and I went through that course basically just as a building for me, just to learn, public speaking, how to work, and beyond the public speaking part, that was a big part of it, but also learn how to work well in groups, work well, be a team player, and that's something I think is very key for successful racing. Everyone has to work together, obviously, and drivers, we get the tough job of being the motivator and the leader of the team, what's on the result sheet, but the whole team is really the ones that are they put in the harder work week in and week out to make it happen.
Right.
That's sort of the biggest thing that Dale Carnegie taught me, I'd say, is being a team player there.
Did that course teach you the most important lesson in dealing with the media? And I'll tell you what it is. Again, I've been doing this a long time, and I only say that to let you know that I know what I'm talking about. If you're ever approached by a media person, either a cameraman or a reporter with a notebook and a tape recorder or a TV guy with a camera on his shoulder, the first thing you do is take off your sunglasses.
Absolutely.
You do not hide behind sunglasses on TV or on a still shot, or you in my mind, you insult the reporter who's talking to you if you leave sunglasses on, because as we all know, shifty eyes are a sign of a somewhat untruthful answer. So always take off your sunglasses. If you can remember the reporter's name, it helps during the conversation to speak to him as a real person, not just a guy with a tape recorder and a notebook. So I don't know if the Carnegie course taught you that, but that comes from the school of real life. And you're a smart guy. You went to university, and I think you can remember that. So if I walk up to you the next time you're racing and introduce myself, I expect to see you do it just right.
Absolutely.
And I'm not yelling at you. I'm just telling. Almost every time I'm on Roger's show, I tell his long-distance guests that you basically will win a lot of friends by just taking your sunglasses off. Carl Edwards does it, and I think that's one reason the media enjoys talking to him, because he's so honest and forthcoming. When you got your sunglasses off, you can't be shifty-eyed. So there you go.
Yes, I remember somebody on Sunday. It was a couple of drivers. They left their glasses on during their interviews. And
Yeah,
stuff.
they don't listen to me. If they did, they'd be better than that. Anyway, Hal, now when are you racing again?
Racing in Texas in 2 weeks.
Okay, and is that end your season, or do you go again?
I'll also be racing Homestead, Miami.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay. I will make it a point to come see you at Homestead and introduce myself, and we'll do the sunglass test.
Especially in Florida.
Well, just for a moment or so. All right, tell us about your sponsors.
Sure. American Custom Yachts, they're a yacht custom, customization, construction. They build the yachts from the ground up, or they'll customize a yacht that you currently own. They also do restoration. They also have a storage yard, and it's all based in Stuart, Florida. That's our primary sponsor we have as of right now. Another sponsor we have is U.S. Forensic. They're our associate sponsor for these 3 races, and U.S. Forensic Engineering Company that I work for. They gave me my first job out of college, and now they've jumped on board as a sponsor of mine. So very grateful to have two great sponsors like that. U.S. Forensic does a lot of, and this is what I've done is pushing work, familiar analysis, basically what we do there. And then Restore Retreat is as an organization I'm trying to promote. It's a South Louisiana organization trying to bring awareness to coastal erosion down in South Louisiana. So that's really something that's near and dear to my heart. I love it down here. It's where I grew up, and it's sports paradise. So we're trying to save it as much as we can, but we can't do that without government funding. So that's something we're trying to raise awareness for.
Right. We're going through your Facebook page. It said something about forensic engineering. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys kind of, and this is the best way I describe it to people, is CSI on TV. The TV show CSI. Figure out why people, I guess, are killed. How kind of backtrack certain processes like that. We try to figure out why things die, why machinery fails. We do HVAC investigations, lightning strike investigations, a lot of storm damage assessments. Determining whether damage to a home is wind damage or flood damage, and if it was a pre-existing condition or if it actually happened during the hurricane. We do a lot of work. Our U.S. Forensic does a lot of work for insurance companies. That's mainly their work there. you have multiple locations all across the Southeast. And I tell you what, doing the work myself, it's fun. I mean, every job is different. You know, that's what I love about it. So, very interesting work.
Well, since you live down in Louisiana, did you get hit hard by Katrina back a few years ago?
Oh yeah. We all pretty much did down here. I mean, I was actually living in Lafayette when the storm came through, and about a year later, I moved to New Orleans to go to school there. So yeah, I was able to see the damage firsthand. I didn't live through it, but I was there not long after it came through. And to be honest, I mean, the city's really bounced back, and all the locals. I mean, we're all moving forward. I mean, we'll always remember Katrina, but the city is, you know, well and alive, and it's alive and kicking. So it's a fun time. So New Orleans is back on its feet.
Hal, I gave you some bad information. The guy's name is Dwight Lamar, not Dwight Durant. Dwight Durant was another college basketball player at about the same time, but Dwight Lamar, Lamar, University used to be called University of Southwestern Louisiana. It's now they call University. Okay. He was a 3-time All-American, 69 to 73. So you wouldn't be expected to know about him, but he's probably a legend on your old campus down there. But Dwight Lamar, not Dwight Durant. I'm sorry, my mistake.
Okay. No problem. I'll definitely check him out.
That's a Tony Stewart type mistake.
Oh, jeez.
To make something happen that bad. So anyway, I'm sorry, but anyway, he was called the Raging Cajun.
I got you. Well, we're gonna try to pave the way for a new one.
Yeah, you'll make him forget about him.
All right, Hal, let's go ahead and let you go, and you go have a good night, and we will be talking to you again. And Al apparently is going to run into you at least in Florida.
Homestead, right?
Okay, great. Sounds great, guys. Thanks for having me on. And as I end all my interviews, laissez les bons temps rouler. So let the good times roll.
There you go.
They close at 6.
One other thing, how can we follow you? Like on Twitter or Facebook? Or?
Well, yeah, we have it on
Absolutely. I have a Twitter account at Hal Martin Racing.
Okay.
And,
that's all right.
Same with my Facebook account.
All righty. We appreciate you having you on there, Hal.
Definitely. Thank you guys for
just
having
give
me
him
on.
a shout.
Bye now.
After
Take care.
All right.
Bye.
You're welcome. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
I knew it was Dwight somebody.
Oh, he's off. Okay. Damn, what was I going to say? People call in trying to get stuff worked on late at night.
Where's Beluso?
I told him you guys were getting on a roll, and I know you hate to have to eat too late. So it was 3 minutes till 8. So I said, "Hey, I already texted him. Don't worry about it." Why did you want him to call in?
No, I just didn't know whether he got mad and hung up or something.
No, he never got a chance to call in. That's what's nice about the phones. You can text all that stuff.
But my question to him was not. I wasn't trying to be snarky, but man, to let a guy go out there and run on that track with only one nationwide, that was his nationwide debut.
Yeah.
First ever.
Looking on the site here, on his site, and they do show in 2009, 2010, was out racing late models, ASA late models, Camping World, and ARCA series.
I understand all of that, but I'm just saying, Kansas Speedway ain't no third-mile dirt track in Mississippi on a Friday night.
Apparently he's run on Daytona and Talladega.
Yeah,
before.
and ARCA. Yeah, I understand.
So,
but still, you sort of wonder. If he takes out the leader, the point leader, or something.
Oh yeah.
You know that Elliott. Listen, if Harvick got mad at the Cope sisters at Martinsville that's right. Yeah. He did not win He did not win the truck race at Martinsville in the spring because one of the Cope girls got in his way. Who beat him at Martinsville?
Okay.
In the truck race.
In the truck race. Martinsville early. Kevin Harvick won.
Oh, you said? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. It was New Hampshire.
New Hampshire's the one where Cope.
New Hampshire was one. Right. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Keselowski. No. That was
right. That's right. Yeah. In Nationwide. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he was beating him to death at New Hampshire. So I can just imagine somebody like Elliott Sadler speaking up against the young man who's making his first ever start at that place,
I don't see New
running
Hampshire
speeds that fast.
did Nationwide or the trucks run New Hampshire at all?
I think you're talking about Nationwide, right?
You must be talking about
He
Nationwide.
might have been Nationwide. It might have been Nationwide race that Harvick was about to win
All
in
right.
New Hampshire,
Yeah, New Hampshire.
early in June or July. Yeah, yeah. I think
We can read.
right there. There it is. Keselowski go up one.
Oh, Loudon.
Yeah,
That's
Loudon.
Loudon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Brad and Loudon. Okay.
Now go to results and see whether Harvick might have finished second. Yeah,
Yeah, Harvick.
yeah. But he led. Doesn't say. Well, you don't get points for leading because
No.
you're not a Nationwide driver. But he led pretty much. He clobbered him that day. And one of the Coke girls, Amber,
Amber.
yeah,
Yep.
finished
Angela.
26th, 33 laps behind. And Harvick was not happy. So
So we only got 2 Louisiana drivers, huh?
I think Skip Manning and this young man are the only two. And Manning's from Bogalusa. Yeah.
We heard that Chrissy Wallace was going to try to run with her dad.
Where?
Was going to try to run at Kansas.
Oh, okay.
And
It's another one of those deals where you think, yeah,
well,
sure about that.
well, they said they weren't going to put her out there with just partial sponsorship. They're going to make sure the whole package is there, so they could do good. I mean, that would be neat. She's done it one time or 2 times before with her dad.
Well, Ernie Copesy was the crew chief on Kevin Harvick's car.
Yeah, I don't think they're related,
They're
though.
not related?
I don't think so.
I just don't want a word out there. I'm like, wow.
Strange bedfellows if it was.
Although if you Google Ernie Cope's name, he might be. Well, no, he might be Derek's brother. In which case, they would be his nieces.
Said Ernie
Well,
Cope.
maybe not. He might not be. It might not be related to Derek. Where's he from? Get us up.
Ernie Cope is from Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's where-
It's Fanaway.
Fanaway.
That's where Derek is from. I guess I don't think he's the. Oh, he's a cousin of Derek.
Ernie Cope is
I don't think he's their father, is he?
cousin of Derek.
Of
Cope.
Derek.
He's a cousin of Derek.
Cousin of Derek Cope.
Yeah, but does that mean that the Cope daughters, the twins,
Are they hurt?
are related to either one of those two people?
Well, they're Derek's kids.
We know
Girls.
that. You know that for a fact. I know Derek's got a son who races.
No. They're his niece and nephew. I mean, they're his nieces.
Okay. But they might not be, if there's another brother or sister, well, they'd have to be brother. If there's another brother, it wouldn't necessarily be Ernie's kids. Not necessarily.
I thought they were Derek's kids.
I,
Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Oh, okay. They're Derek's nieces.
That's what I said. They're
Okay.
his nieces.
but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're Ernie's daughters,
No.
because there may be another brother. Go to family history real quick before Roger and I head for dinner. Donald brothers.
Going to
Brother.
Darren and Mary. At the bottom. 1983.
Well, I'm looking at the three brothers.
Darren
Darren
Cope.
and
Darren
Tamara.
apparently.
They might be. Yeah, in '77, Darren Cope, Amber and Angela's father.
Right.
Okay,
You don't
so
know
they are
that.
related to Derek, but not necessarily to. Well,
Well,
I guess
he's
you have to
still-
Ernie. Yeah, right.
Darren would still be a cousin.
Right.
So-
Okay,
We're all cousins somehow.
6 degrees
Hey,
of separation.
this is in North Carolina too, right? So what?
Well, they've all moved. Yeah, right. If it was West Virginia, it'd be a no-brainer. But anyway,
Oh
Well,
god.
Earnhardt should have won the 9,500 for us.
So what else do we have here to cover? That we had?
we got Ruby Tuesday or the pizza place.
Uh,
Where we
Did-
get a lucky dog from?
yeah, you gave up on the Japanese place?
Oh, I'll go there again.
Yeah.
Just a lot of food. I told my wife, I said, Roger's going to feed me. So when I left home, she was fixing her own dinner. So
All right.
It stuck with me.
All right, I'd like to thank everybody for watching the show tonight, and we'll be back
You
next
don't
week.
say, Roger.
What?
You don't say I'd like to thank you. You just say
Thanks.
Thank you.
See
If
ya.
you'd like to thank them, just thank them. Don't tell them that you would like to thank them.
Well, that's what I get for being too nice, I reckon.
That's nice. Just
It's
makes
bad.
sense.
Okay, fine.
It's like an animal veterinarian. It's got,
I'm going to turn his mic off.
I will.
Thanks, everybody, for watching the show.
Much better.
See you next week.
Take your sunglasses off.
Yeah. You drivers, remember to take your sunglasses off, and when you're interviewed, make sure to mention the interviewees or interviewer's
Call me by name.
Thank you,
And-
Al Pearce.
That's right.
And that's from Al Pearce.
Or, in some cases, Mr. Pearce.
There you go. Make him feel good.
So we out.
Oh, I know what I forgot to ask you. He still hasn't heard Dover.
You ain't going to hear Dover tonight. You'll hear Dover next week.
See y'all.
No, not next week. Next week's Halloween.
It is.
Next Wednesday night's
this weekend
Halloween.
right?
No, next
It's
Wednesday night.
It's Halloween.
Oh,
31st.
good. We can all dress up.
I'll be home giving out candy.
As your favorite NASCAR driver.
Hi, my name is Natalie Sather. I drive the 94 K&N Lady Eagle Safety. Wear butler-built seats, bell helmets, hooker harness seatbelts, number 94 at South Boston Speedway. Be sure to listen to Let's Talk Racing TV.
I'm Sam Hunt, drive the 42 car on the thing Let's Talk Racing.
Hey guys, I'm Daytona 500 winner Trevor Bain, and thank you for watching Let's Talk Racing.
Hi, I'm Robert Richardson Jr., driver of the number 23 Dodge Challenger for R3 Motorsports in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, and you're watching Let's Talk Racing.
I'm Timothy Peter, driver of the number 17 Toyota NASCAR Camp World Truck Series, and you're listening to Let's Talk Racing.
Let's Talk Racing is brought to you by PC Doctors, Computer Sales and Services. This doctor still makes house calls. And also Hampton Incredible Tees and Signs, both located at 1248 North King Street in Hampton, Virginia.